All right, let's talk the NXL Philly Layout. My name's Greg, and you are watching How to Play Paintball. So before we get started with the video on the layout, I did want to do a quick reminder. If you didn't see our video on Monday, and I said our because my wife actually was in on that video as well, we are still doing that raffle. So that drawing for the NYX CS2 as well as the Macdev Clone 5 Infinity, that is going to be until Monday. So if you haven't gotten your ticket yet, you can buy more than one ticket. Some people have bought like 10. So you don't have to just buy one. If you want to buy multiple, that's fine. But again, it goes to a great organization. BRITE helps out those kids in Haiti to help them get an education. There's medical assistance as well, so there's a lot of stuff, a lot of really great things. So let's show them what the paintball community is all about and get those numbers way up there to help out those kids. Okay, so with the layout, remember, and I'll probably say this when I move the camera down and do all of that, this is just my first impressions. So this is literally, I just printed it off. Started drawing the lines, trying to figure things out. Some of the bounce shots might work, they might not. Maybe some of the shots work. Maybe there's other shots. I'm sure that there's other shots. Because there's certain things that when you actually get out onto the field that you realize, oh wow, I was really wrong about that. So if you're playing on an event that is using the NXL Philly layout, or if you're playing an NXL Philly, at least this weekend, you'll be able to go ahead and have an idea of maybe some plays that you might want to try, some shots that you might want to see work. So that's what this is going to be helping out with. Okay, so the way that I'll do this is I'm going to work from the back bunkers first and then work my way through. So I'll do the Dorito side by itself and then the snake side by itself and then kind of work up into the center as well. So the first thing that we're going to see here is this home bunker does have some good shots off the break. I think you are going to be able to shoot up over the top of this brick here and drop it in. Now, if they went low across here, they're probably going to get out of the way of that. I don't think that you're going to be able to drop the shot. You might be able to a little bit, but I think it's going to be a little bit more difficult. So if they're running deep, you know that you have that shot there. And also, if you pull up super quick, I think you're going to be able to catch that guy here. This is kind of like in Texas, there was a shot that was like that, where if they were running and gunning out, you had a really quick shot, but it was possible to shoot that guy. Off to the side over here, so we have off the break again, you're gonna have to step out. Actually, you can use this pin here, shoot up over the top of that, and I think you should be able to drop it in right into that can there. And then you have the Aztec over here, and I think you should be able to drop it in on that, and it'll drop right in, so that way you can stop that guy if he's delaying there to get into the snake. And also, if you take a little bit of a step out, you do have a gap right here on that snake player. Now, remember, with all of these shots, like I say every single time I do one of these videos, they can do the same shots back to you. So remember that. It's not, oh, I can get here and I can shoot 3 guys. No, those 3 guys can shoot back and do that same kind of a thing. Now, running and gunning into the snake, that's going to be difficult, but watch Fedorov. He can do that kind of stuff. So we'll move into the can next. The can, there are some shots that get blocked out a little bit, but I don't know why I didn't see this before. I think if you run and gun, you can drop it into that guy there. Now, I think it's going to be a little bit difficult. If they're just diving straight in, I think they'll be able to make it, and you won't be able to shoot them from this can. But if they delay a little bit, and you run and gun out, you can shoot up right over the top. Oh, no, never mind. It's a can. Disregard what I said there. That's probably... never mind. I'm just going to move on. So, the next thing is you can drop into these gaps here. Now, these are kind of blind here, because you're going to shoot up over the top of the brick. I wouldn't say that this is the guy that should be doing this job, but that shot is there. So maybe if this guy needs to switch, you can have this guy go ahead and shoot into the Dorito side and stop that move a little bit. But again, you're shooting blind, so if they go on the inside or something, you're not really going to be able to see that, because all of these shots are just kind of edging a little bit or shooting up over the top of the brick, so it's going to be difficult to see. You might be able to see the guy go from the Dorito 2 to the 3, or from here over, but it's a little gap there. I don't think it's going to be all that big. Yeah, you can see it's not a big gap to see through that. This guy is probably going to be more effective on the snake side, just because you can shoot down and stop the guy from diving into the snake there. If they do get in, you can switch and shoot for the overslide, as well as shooting in between if they try to jump over into that wing there. So you can shoot that shot. Over with the tower on this side, I think this is going to be more effective if you shoot heads up, but I think that this guy should probably move to here as quickly as he can if they get further up on the Dorito side, just because, yeah, we'll talk about that in a little bit. So on the inside, you do have that one shot, and remember that they can do that same shot back. So if you are playing this spot, again, this is first impressions, I would say focus this way so that way you can stop those moves a lot better than this guy can. You can at least shoot this way, stop the other tower from moving in. If they go to the corner, you can shoot both sides. This one's a little bit more blind, but it's a mini Dorito, so if they show a little bit, you're going to be able to shoot that gap in there. And then also you can shoot this gap, and then if they tried to move from here over, you'd be able to stop that there. So if they're all the way up here off the break, then you have a problem, but at least this guy can stop that. So maybe your home player could move over and contain that if that did happen. With this home though, and it's going to become more evident in a little bit when I go over some more shots, but I don't think you should stay here. I think this should be a spot that you delay, you shoot for, maybe 10 seconds at most, and then get out of there, because you can get pinched pretty easy from what I've seen, at least so far. Okay, let's start moving a little bit further up on the field now. Move this out of the way. So with this tower, if you stop here and then move up, if you have them trapped, this guy, if he does get here, should probably just go straight to the brick, so that way you have a better shot on them, and you have to they have to worry about you when you're up here. But if you are here, if you go here off the break, you can do that same thing. You can stop the guy from going in, as well as stop them from the Dorito 1 to the 2, and also from the 2 to the 3. I didn't draw that in there. So it's a little bit more of a drop shot there, and maybe that's why I didn't draw it, or maybe I missed it. Who knows? But you can shoot into these wings are going to be really important. We'll get to that when I move into the Dorito side. But you can shoot in front of there. It's a little bit of threading a needle on this side, but if they try to go on the outside, you can catch them from here. And if they try to go on the inside, that's where it's going to be a problem, because this pin is going to be blocking that. So remember that if you have that tower on you, if you're playing this wing, you do have that inside move into the Dorito, and then maybe you can dive across before they would be able to have time to adjust down. So just an option. Also, if they get into that wing, you can shoot the outside of it and stop them from moving into this other wing here. Because once they get here, I'll show you in a second, that's where it gets really dangerous when it gets to your side of the field. So this cake is pretty useless. I would maybe use this as like a delay, like send someone maybe out and up, and then that way they can shoot across, but you can't really do anything here. You can contain the snake a little bit, but what you'll see in a little bit is you can do a better job from that brick. So once you actually get up into this tall cake here, yes, you can shoot this gap, but I mean, you can also just, we'll get into it in a little bit. Sorry to keep kind of teasing from that. This does seem like a pretty good bunker though, just for the simple fact that you can shoot the corner. It's a little bit bigger. It's easier to play also. It's an Aztec instead of a cake. But you only have a couple shots coming in from the inside, so if you play the outside of it here, you're going to be a little bit more safe. You're still going to have to watch your pack, but once you dive in, you can stop them from the God bunker into the snake, from the corner into the snake. Even if they try to go up on the inside, you can see that move there as well. And then if they're in the snake 1, you're going to be able to contain them a little bit. I think they might still be able to crawl underneath your paint if they stay low enough. But if you drop it in, you might be able to do that. And actually, I'm seeing a bounce shot that might be possible. So we'll get into that I just realized now. And then you can also shoot this gap here. So getting into these 50s is going to be super important. I think this is going to be a really aggressive field, just because you have to get to the other side of the field, and I think it's going to be fun. So yeah, so that is those bunkers there. So the corner bunkers, this corner is good. I mean, I'm not saying like this isn't a good spot as well, but because you can shoot down the tape and you can really contain them because you have that gap there. So I think if there is someone in the snake and you have someone here, should probably get out to this cake, and then that way you can shoot down the tape and just really focus on that guy, so that way they can't move. because you don't want them getting out wide, because once they get into here, you're not going to be able to stop that move. So if for some reason they dove out and they were able to get into that little W, you're not going to be able to do anything because those bricks are in the way. So they'll probably be up in here and onto your side of the field if no one is shooting the cross there. So you might want to have a code for that. So someone on the inside, if for some reason you get put in and this guy goes over and comes up, you need to have your Dorito side or the inside guys switch that way so they can stop him or shoot him on the way up. You do have some shots on like drop shots. So if you stand up over the top, you can drop it in on the home. You can also shoot coast to coast, go from the snake corner to the Dorito corner. And you do have a little bit of a shot here, but I don't think that that's going to be effective. And I think this one is only going to be if maybe every so often just kind of throw a couple over there just to keep those guys honest if they even go there. If they don't, I don't know how effective that's really going to be. Maybe you can drop it in there, but it's going to be more effective for this guy to stay posted, and then he can wrap every once in a while and shoot back on the inside over here. And also if they only get to the god, you can kind of stand up a little bit more and then shoot down on them. And then if you have someone in the snake, then you're able to push them up so that way they can get up the field. The Dorito side corner, so this does have a good shot down the tape. Now again, same thing, if they get out wide, you're really not going to be able to see anything once they get up to here and here. I mean, they are going to have to play it a little bit because it slopes down that way, but so you're not really going to be able to see a lot if you look this way. If they do get out wide, that's kind of your fault if you're playing this spot. There are a couple spots that you can shoot. I don't know how effective this is really going to be because you're shooting so deep and so far that it's going to be kind of difficult to contain. I would actually move further up, and we'll get into this side in a little bit. On the inside, you do have that shot on the tower, and then also a little bit on the home. And of course, there's that coast to coast, and you can kind of shoot a little bit if they try to go in deep. But that's not a shot that I would say is 100% there. It's just going to be if you shoot at the right time, so that way you can shoot that guy going in. Okay, so I hope that this is a little bit not too confusing. I had other colors, and then the ink ran out, and yeah. So I know I have two of the same. This Dorito, I only have one here, just because you can do the same tape shot that you can from this Dorito. So that's going to be the same shot because they're all in line. You're going to be blocked out, so if they get out over to here, it might be good to have a guy dive out, or at least counter them, or just go get them, because you don't want them to get over to your side, and we'll get into that in a second. So from this first Dorito, though, you have some inside shots, but then you can also shoot the inside and the outside of the bunker to shoot that tower. But it's really, this field looks like it's really going to be you need to get up to their side of the field. That's just the type of play that this is looking like. From this third Dorito, from Dorito 3, again, you have the same shot on the tape. You can play the wrap to put that guy in, and you can shoot the inside. Now you want to be careful of these bricks, just because if they look inside, they can see the moves there, so you don't want to get caught by that guy. So if you think that you have the move, triple check the center, because there might be someone that's waiting for you and they're actually baiting for you to go. On the inside again, let's see, we have that second tower as well. You can shoot the can, and you should be able to drop in shots into the god. So if someone is saying that the god is there, it might be good to just real quick throw a couple that way over the top of the brick, and you might be able to clip him. Even if they're playing that out, they might be safe from that, but it doesn't hurt to throw a couple that way, and maybe they move back just a little bit, just enough to get hit by it. And then same thing with the corner. They should be playing this outside, is my opinion, from what I'm seeing, but you should be able to shoot that guy there. Getting out into, I don't think that this pin is really going to be worth it. I mean, why go to a small bunker when you have these two big bunkers here? So this wing here, you do have some inside shots, but where you're going to start getting a lot of those kills is looking and wrapping. So make sure that you don't have someone there. You want to make sure that you have someone else watching, so that way you know if someone is trying to get out wide, because if they do, you don't want to be wrapping and then get caught and get shot stupid, basically. So with this first one, you can kind of shoot at the tower here as well as the home, which are going to be some of the guys that'll stop you. And I would say you want to get to their side of the field. You can see all the shots there. So once you get here, if there is someone there, I don't think people are going to play that. Maybe as a delay to get up. But other than that, if they get trapped there, this guy can come in, shoot him real easy. You might have to battle with this guy a little bit, but I would just play the wrap. You can shoot the corner. You can shoot down, which is really important. On these other Doritos here, you can shoot the tower, you can shoot the home, you can wrap and shoot the can. So once you get to their side of the field, this guy is super important. So if someone gets here, you just need to have someone go get him. You can't let this guy live for a long time there, or else he's going to do a lot of damage. Now, the thing that's tough is the snake side has a lot of aggressiveness too. So this first snake one, you do have a couple shots, but it's going to be better if you just go straight into the snake 2, so that way you can shoot a little bit more. You can see the pink lines here, but the better shots are going to be once you get to your wing. Again, you have those same shots. You can wrap. So if there's no one down your tape, which no one can protect the tape on either side unless there's someone in that little W. So you should be okay to wrap unless they get there. So you just want to keep your heads up, just to make sure that if you see the bunker move a little bit, that might mean that someone's there, and listen to your teammates for those cross shots that they see someone go into that, because you want to make sure that you play tight, or you can be the first one to strike and shoot that guy. So from this side, again, you can wrap and shoot a lot there, and once you get to their side of the field, you can start clipping packs. And once you wrap, same thing. You can shoot on the god, you can wrap, shoot on the home, you can wrap even more, shoot on the other tower, and well, I guess you could switch onto the inside and shoot the Dorito there, but also you can just dive into their snake. So again, it's going to be important to get to their side of the field. So these wings on their side is really important to get to. Now, the center looks like it's going to be a bloodbath too. So this can does have some good shots to stop people, but I don't think that's going to be really effective. I think it might be better to actually have someone in one of these bricks, or 2 people. So you have one there, and then you have your other 3 doing some other stuff. That's a possibility. I guess we'll try different things this weekend, but it's going to be better for that brick to focus on that side of the field that it's on. So like you can see from this brick here on the Dorito side, yes, you can do a shot on the inside, but if you just focus on this side, you can stop the move there, you can stop the move there, and you can even shoot that side there. Now, yes, they can get over here, but if you don't shoot them here and here, you need to work on your control for lanes, because that guy should not live in 2 bumps that are that big for you to see those gaps. So if he gets here and then moves in and shoots you, you need to work on some stuff. So that's going to be, you want to have a good gunfighter there, and someone that is going to be very patient, because they might need to get up there and wait for that guy to move. From the snake side brick, though, they do have a couple shots that are the same. So you could maybe have someone get up over to here and do that. And then if they get into the snake, he can stand up and shoot down on the snake, as well as shoot that gap there. So this guy can kind of play a little bit more of an audible. But if you sent 2, it wouldn't be bad to have, like the split. But maybe we try that this weekend. It doesn't work. So again, this is all just first impressions of the layout. So although this can is good, there are some good shots. I think it's going to be better, and you're going to be able to survive a lot easier in these huge bunkers, so that way you're able to do more damage. You don't have to really play super tight against this can. It might be something that you can go up to and then decide, okay, they're pushing the snake harder, I need to get over to the snake side and contain that guy. Or, okay, they just got over to the Dorito side, I'll move over this way and start containing. Okay, so that is the bunkers so far. What I want to do now is actually go over some possible bounce shots. Again, these are all possible. I don't know if they're going to work 100%. They might not. They might all work. So this is just some stuff that maybe you guys could try. And it looks like there's a lot more possibilities than there was in Texas, which is a good and bad thing. The good thing is because these bricks are going to be pretty important to stop either side, it looks like you have some shots that you can bounce in to keep that guy honest. So at least to keep him in. So let's start with, I guess we'll go from Dorito side over. So from the Dorito... the Dorito 1, it looks like you might be able to shoot the inside off that pin right there and it'll bounce in. This is going to be something that I think is going to be important. Same thing with this guy. If he's posted this way, you might be able to stand up a little bit and shoot there, or on the inside shoot, because if he's tucked in and just waiting for that move, he might not be waiting for you on the inside, so you might be able to catch him sleeping there. So both of these I think might be able to bounce off that pin into that guy there. From this tower, I think you might be able to bounce it off that Dorito 1 into the other tower. Now the way that this Dorito is set up, we'll see. I think you might have to shoot it a little bit lower to make sure that it bounces, because since it's at an angle, it's going to have to bounce kind of up into that person, and it is a further shot, so we'll see about this one. But I think from this side, you can bounce it. If they do get to that Dorito 3, move up into here and shoot off of the flat side of that wing, and it might be able to bounce into that. So that's a couple possibilities there. Another one from this Dorito side, so from this tower, it's going to be kind of threading a needle, but on the inside, I think you might be able to shoot it into there and bounce into the home. So again, the home, I don't really think... Oh, you guys couldn't see that. So sorry, I was looking at the paper, not the camera. So you can shoot it here off that tower into the home. I still think that this home is going to be good for shooting off the break, and then you just need to get out of there. I don't think that it's going to be that effective later in the game. Again, I could be wrong, but it doesn't seem like it's going to be all that fantastic. So you do have that bounce shot going into that guy. Now, that same shot off this tower, though, might be able to go into the other home. So from this home, if they're kind of hanging out, maybe you can bounce it off there. I think it's going to be too direct, like too flat of a shot, or sorry, too straight. It's not going to go like more direct into that player. So he'd have to be hanging out a little bit. So I'm not sure how effective that one is going to be. Continuing to move over, so we have from the home off this can, I think you might be able to bounce it into the corner there, just because of the way that the can is. You have a couple of different shots since it's kind of rounded, so you can bounce it possibly into that corner there. Going to the snake side, from the God bunker here, and this is going to be important for your snake player, is if they say that there's that brick, if you shoot this pin, I think it might be able to go into that guy, at least to maybe sit him down, so that way it's harder for him to shoot your snake. So that way if your snake stays low, they can get up and maybe shoot him more direct. But I think from this snake 1 as well, you might be able to do that same bounce shot. If you kind of just throw a couple there and bounce it in, you might be able to kill that guy there. Also from this God, I think you might be able to go ahead and shoot off the little wing here. Shoot off the wing into that snake 2. I don't know how effective that's going to be, because there is that flat side. It goes flat and then kind of goes up. So, oh, sorry, never mind. This side, it slants this way. So this might be a possibility. So you can shoot more of the flat side into that particular player. The other one that I was thinking of that I didn't even realize until doing the video, from this, you might be able to shoot it off of the little W here into the snake 1. So that might be a possibility, that you throw a couple and then throw some there. So that way, if you can get it to bounce and go more directly into him, so even if he lays down, you're probably hitting him in the leg or something. So that's a possibility there. From the God as well, you might be able to bounce it off the opposite God into the corner there, and then from the corner itself, so again, this guy should probably be playing just the outside, so even this bounce shot isn't going to hit him, but that's if he switches for some reason. And it doesn't hurt to throw paint sometimes. Sometimes you get lucky. And from this corner though, off the same thing, you might be able to bounce it into that snake 2 as well. So that's just a couple ideas. Again, not everything is 100%, so yeah. Okay, so that's the video, guys. Thank you so much for watching. I do appreciate it. We're over like 8,500 subscribers, so that's all you guys. So thank you so much for that. Again, I do want to do that reminder. The link is going to be down in the description down below for that raffle. So again, it's only $20 a ticket, and it goes to a fantastic cause. BRITE is doing amazing things down in Haiti. So they are wanting to go worldwide. That's the international. So it's bringing relief internationally through education. They're just starting in Haiti because the couple that started it, some friends of ours from church, the wife is actually from Haiti, so they're starting there, and then they're going to be going international as quickly as they can, but you need money to go and do that stuff. So if you haven't bought your ticket yet, please go ahead and do that. But as for the layout, what do you guys think? Put it in the comments down below, and yeah, I'm probably wrong about some stuff. I'm probably right about some stuff. Actually, I'm pretty sure I'm right about some stuff. I know that sounds cocky, but yeah, I'm pretty sure about let's say it's 70%, 80%, something like that. Some of the other shots might be kind of iffy. We'll see. So be on the lookout. I will be doing a self-playing critique as usual. Of course, I'll always put out the raw footage if you just wanted to see or hear, I guess both because it's a video, of what it is that I'm doing on the field, different things that I'm trying. Thank you again, guys, for watching. And as always, remember, watch, learn, win. Thanks.